Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you like this watch, see it and make it yours on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing what might be, along with the current Seamaster Railmaster, the most interesting watch Omega currently produces. This is the Omega de Ville Prestige Coaxial Power Reserve. A wonderfully versatile 39.5 millimeters in stainless steel. It's slim too, 11 millimeters thick, and on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it's a perfect match, with a lug-to-lug measurement of 45.6 millimeters, such that I could recommend this timepiece for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. The spacing between the lugs is 20 millimeters, should you wish to accessorize with an OEM or aftermarket accessory, and I have to say, Omega makes a gray and blue NATO that looks indecently provocative and handsome on this watch. An unlikely combination for a dress timepiece, but one that works. That said, you won't be disappointed with the alligator leather strap. Gator, large rectangular scale on the top, a semi-gloss finish with a folded edge and a monotone stitch. On the underside calfskin, it is a slim strap to match the slim watch, with a simple steel pin buckle for easy adjustability and a classical low cut on the wrist. We're going to get as close as we can now and allow ourselves a bit more light. This watch has a simple but elegant case that is neither Speedmaster nor Seamaster, and as a result, it isn't the characteristic sheer-sided beveled form we know and recognize from almost every other Omega family. It's rare that we have a watch on this channel that is not an Omega Speedmaster or Seamaster, but this watch is neither, and as a result, the case is more original, perhaps more vintage-inspired. It has the appearance of something Omega would have made in the 30s, 40s, or 50s. You'll also appreciate that there is a sharp distinction between the caseband and the lugs, as they stand out with a separate sculptural form and a pastille curvature at their end. Nothing like a Seamaster or a Speedmaster. The dial, however, is less evocative of other Omegas, though there is a nod to the straight graining of the Railmaster. This timepiece reminds me of the Patek Philippe 5235G regulator, and in the tones, the surfacing, the metallic finish, the straight grain top to bottom, and even the choice of silver and blue, it feels like these are second cousins, the Patek 5235 and this de Ville Prestige Power Reserve. So straight grained top to bottom, you'll note that there are two different silver colors, and they are achieved using different levels of rhodium deposit, darker and lighter, the lighter forming the hours track, you will note calibrated minutes outboard, blue applied cabochon, high polish, and then wonderfully whimsical hand-applied Roman numerals for the intermediate hours. At center, blued hands, Dauphine style and faceted for contrast, a minimally calibrated crosshair style constant seconds, a sharply stepped and faceted aperture for the blue on white date disc, and then, I don't know if you could see this, but the power reserve scale at 6 o'clock is a stencil on top of a metallic base, so you're actually looking through these frames of the scale. They're not polished textured differences on the dial itself. They have depth. You can see a layer of metal below the surface layer of the dial. This is an incredibly memorable and original effort by Omega, derivative of nothing else the company currently makes, and one of the most individualistic statements you can make while staying inside a major Swiss brand. Underneath the caseback, featuring the image of Chronos, straight-grained, almost evocative of Rolex more than Omega, and the caliber doing business is the Omega coaxial caliber 2627. It's based on the caliber 2500 coaxial, which is to say distantly based on the ETA 2892A2. It's a coaxial chronometer, so COSC certified, and using the coaxial technology invented by Dr. George Daniels and industrialized by Omega, it helps with reduced maintenance requirements and long-term timing stability and short-term timing precision. The watch features hacking or stop seconds, so you can synchronize to a reference time, as well as a quick set function for the date, and it changes with a wonderfully crisp instantaneous jump. There is a power reserve indicator at 6 o'clock, though it's an automatic winding watch. You can manually wind it, and with a 48-hour power reserve, the hand moves along relatively rapidly rapidly for instant gratification and oohs and ahs when sharing your watch with friends at dinner. 50 meters water resistant. It's not a sports watch, and you can see the crown is not a screw down, but the timepiece does have a wonderfully sporty air about it. The combination of the metallic dial and the steel case making for a versatile dress timepiece that is by no means confined to formal attire and occasions. This is a handsome, versatile, and rarely seen modern Omega. If you want a big brand watch with all the peace of mind and technical support that entails, but you want the individuality of a watch rarely seen, you need to consider this Omega de Ville Prestige Coaxial Power Reserve.